Welcome back once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Racing Network, back in action after a long holiday layover. Drivers have had a chance to catch up on some family time and have a little bit of holiday cheer. Hope everybody had enough to eat. It's time for the big dogs to eat on the track here tonight. Charlotte Motor Speedway hosting Chase Race number 3 here this season for the Ayers Eye Racing Paints Performance Motorsports Truck Series, brought to you by Swift. A lot going on track, very busy place. Over 25 drivers in the field here tonight to vie for the checkered flag. Will Todd Cray be able to get back into victory lane? First time of the season. Last time we were on track at Homestead, Cray finally broke through into that winner's column. We'll see if he can follow it up with back-to-back wins here in this championship chase. 12 drivers all knotted up moving into round number 2, so a lot on the line here in the Queen City. So as we begin to head trackside, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land? Race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave of the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Speaking of trackside, let's try to bring you some of those qualifying standings as drivers fight for the Admin Box Pole Award here tonight. Let's see, top of the speed chart with the quick time behind the wheel of that number 2, Carter Casey. Front of the field, 30:35 is the top time. Looks like the graphics still plaguing us a little bit here with our qualifying session, so we'll kick it old school. Dalton Fredericks slotting in just behind a Mike Rominger in the 9. Rominger has seemed to come alive here in these playoffs. The 9 still searching for that first win, but inside of the top 5 with his qualifying effort. 17 drivers on the speed charts, handful of them still out, yet to put into their time lap. Justin Gann, one of the drivers you're going to have to watch out for. Darren Clement, Ben Miller in the field here tonight. David Durant Jr., the 24. Look out for that 24 machine. He can shock you, pull off a really quick lap. Clement going to break inside of the top 10. Let's see if the graphics want to cooperate with us. We'll get it back over there. There you go. Top 10 seems to be straightened out. So with just about 60 seconds remaining here in qualifying, dodging a bullet is Carter Casey. Justin Gann good enough for a 30:45 first time lap. Gann gonna have to give it all he needs, at least a 10th here, to try to pick up this pole award and start tonight's Queen City 181 from the front of the field. Not gonna do it with his second time lap. Only looks like Ben Miller and David Durant, only drivers yet to put in a time lap. David Durant Jr. out there on the track. He's going to get in at least one lap, not going to get that second one, so money on the line. Where does the 24 go? And with only 15 seconds, he's going to have to put this lap in pretty quickly. It looks like trouble for him, so he's not going to lay down that fast time after all. And walking away with the pole award here tonight, Carter Casey will top the speed charts and bring us to the green flag. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Head trackside for your national anthem. Starting the lineup. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And back trackside after the flyover, drivers making their way through final pre-race inspection. We're ready to start the engines and roll, so let's get a little closer to the field as we bring you your championship rundown coming into tonight's race. We told you this is the beginning of round number 2. Only 2 weeks for these drivers to try to see if they could make their way into the round of 8. Would we hit Kentucky Speedway in just 3 short weeks? So a lot on the line. Let's give you a little peek. 12 drivers all knotted up with each other there. You can see them right there, but a battle just behind. You can see John McMillan Sr., Jared Lipster, Harrison Mitchell, all involved in a tight points battle. Lee Campbell also with a tight points battle. Those 4 drivers eliminated after our first 2 races on round number 1 done and over with. After a Homestead tonight, drivers set their sights on starting round 2 off on the right foot. We're going to get rid of the championship standings because we're hearing word that in moments these drivers will get the command to fire the engines. And as you hear the music in the background, you know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the Queen City 181. Starting inside row number 1, your admin box pole sitter here tonight behind the wheel of that fast number 2, Carter Casey. Dalton Frederick's going to line up just to his outside with Mike Rominger and Jerry Cochran III. Outside row number 2, row number 3 tonight, Justin Gann and Darren Clinton. Willie Nelson back in row 4, row number 5 here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway, John McMillan Jr. and Nick Hunt. Jarrett Lipster, Todd McGregor in row number 6. Row number 7 here tonight, John McMillan Sr. Daniel Craig. Gary May, O.C. Haley. Row number 8, row number 9, the 14 of Campbell, and the 82 of Cochran Jr. Casey Solich, Stephen Ayers Jr. round out your top 20. Rest of the field looks a little something like this. That's going to be your rundown as drivers work their way. Full turn. Full music's going to fade. Beasts on their way from the beast of the southeast, the Queen City 181, and we are green flag racing for the first time here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Outside lane looks a little sporty. The 20 All-Star 15 fired off the line well, but a little slow through the center of 1 and 2 off of the back stretch. The 2 takes the lead. Still side-by-side racing action. For the first time, drivers going to sort themselves out long tonight. Lap 1 behind us, Casey with the lap led. Mike Rominger in that Chevy accessory. Chevy Silverado sitting in 3rd position. Great qualifying effort so far, holding strong. Only lap number 2, so a long way to go. Just race number 3. Beginning to get single file at the front. Looks to be about your top 10 drivers, single file, a little bit of a gap back to that double O of Nick. Tom McGregor in the 71 holding on to the tail hill. Hold back, didn't see that jump of Hunt right behind him until the 47 of Daniel Green. Working behind the scenes, trying to get something going here. 4 laps on the board, halfway down the back stretch, will drop. Van Tunny scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along and find your favorite driver in the field today. Field now all single file. I wonder when somebody's gonna get a little antsy, get tired of running single file and work their way. Maybe peek a nose right to the inside of the truck in front of them. Maybe they're gonna try to create a run out of turn number 2. Turn number 4, one of your tougher corners to make work on that high side. You really gotta be on it. You really gotta work the wheel. The corner kind of closes up on you a little bit at a 4. There's trouble on the track here tonight. I would expect to see it right there. But we stay green flag racing, front of the field, first 6 laps behind us, still being led by our pole center, Connor Casey, looking to almost guarantee his spot in that Elite 8 is what we'll call it. We're gonna take a chapter away from the NCAA basketball tournament, the March Madness tournament. We're gonna go to the Elite 8 this season. We're used to, I can spit it out, I promise. We're used to seeing a Final Four. Right? Switching things up. Here with the Performance MotorSports Truck Series brought to you by Airside Racing Points and MotorSports. Switching things up and making it a little more challenging. A little bit bigger game. We're going into the final. The race of the season, the battle for the championship. 8 drivers going to battle for it at Kentucky Speedway in just 3 short weeks. So mark it on the calendar and go ahead and hit that fancy a little bit and get those great notifications for the second spot. Looking to the inside, Romniger made that peak, got the front end of the truck just to the inside of Fredericks, was unable to do anything to make it. Justin Dan behind a big run. He's going to look to the outside. That's going to force Romniger to stay on the bottom. No draft help, so he's going to have to side draft down into the corner, and that's going to put Fredericks in a pretty precarious place. Working his way through the lead, Fredericks going to settle it out. No problems here. We'll work our way back across the line. 10 laps behind us. 11 on the board. So again, here's the problem, right? Here's the issue. You look at what happened here to Romniger. He looked to make a move to pick up that position. Was unable to get by Dalton Fredericks. That put him in a spot. Started having a race with Justin Dan. Dan utilized the run on the high side and pinching Romniger off just a little bit to the corner. He's taken that position around. Romniger going to have to fight the fast 24 of David Duran Jr., who's on the high side. Now drivers beginning to get double file. Looks to be, I believe that's the Grayson Jane photography. Jerry Cochran is looking to make something work on the bottom. Unable to slide in front of Dan. Put a bad time around. Cochran will keep it at the bottom of the racetrack. Just as we say that, caution flag will fly. Caution to get a fly. Larry Bowling seems to have trouble. Let's go back, see what happened. Oh, up the track just a little bit. Across the 27's nose and end to that outside wall. We'll take one more look at it here. What happened? Down the back stretch, and yeah, the U.S. Army, number 69. Tough, unfortunate break there. Almost making contact. I believe that was the 45 of Ben Miller going to skate through. So a little bit of a dust up, a little bit of a mix. I'm pulling, able to get the machine rolling. Catch back up to the rear of the field. What will drivers do? Lap number 14. Do they come down pit road? There's your answer right there. We're not going to wait long. The suspense was getting too painful. So we're going to find out in a hurry. All the drivers making their way down pit road, so we're going to take this opportunity to pay the bills, highlight a few of the sponsors. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back live from Charlotte Motor Speedway. backtrack side here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Under caution for the first time here tonight, the Sim Box. Caution flag will wave, bring the field to a crawl. Lap number 14, caution flag flies, contact between Casey Sowage and the 69 of Larry Poling. Going to bring the caution out for the first time. Field receives the 2 to go. We'll get set. Unleash the beast once again here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. You're watching the Queen City 181 right here, Wind Swift. So who you got? We can talk about this. Who you got out there? Who you eyeballing? Who do you think's gonna make it into victory lane here tonight? Who do you think's gonna make it into that round of 8? Place your bets with the FanDuel number 2. You like how it? No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna stop that one, but place your bets. See if you're right. I'm gonna do something next week. We're gonna bring you my championship 8. I don't want to get into it too much here tonight. I want to keep the focus on all 12 of these drivers. And honesty is our policy here. So, you know what? Maybe by the end of tonight's race, maybe we'll go ahead and release that precious information. I know everybody's dying to figure out who Dave's picking to head into Kentucky and who Dave may have shocking the world. I say shocking the world, but I don't think it's going to be one of our quote-unquote big name drivers. I think we're going to have a driver step up and kind of show us, give us that reason behind the reasoning of going to 8 drivers at the championship race. We'll see if the suspense builds. If it gets added, we'll get into some of that a little bit later on. Pace car lights are off, are good. Buddy Joe Hugo gonna take the pace car out the way, and we will get set to fire things off again. A little bit of a recharge, reset for these drivers as they make their way into the restart zone. On the gas and green flag flies once again here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to go high above the track with the turn 3 drone cam for this latest restart, trying to bring in some more of the action. The 2 breaks away pretty easily here. Justin Gann going to make that bottom lane work, making the pass now on Dalton Fredericks. Tight battle here as Darren Clement going to come in, fill that spot on the inside lane, but look at Fredericks pack it in the corner on that high side. Romniger looking to make some haste on the high side, not quite gonna get there. He'll battle with Clement to 1. Jumping back track side a little bit closer to the action. One lap behind us. After the restart, you can see already a handful of drivers dropping towards the lead. To a Jared Compton Jr. and that double O of the left. They're going to head to that. It's safe for just a little while things getting dicey at the front corner. Casey now has a little bit of competition to the high side. Side by side for second place now. That's Carter Casey going to drift up the track just a little bit. Pulled up towards They can jump out of the gas for a moment. Thanks to pulling even with Justin Gann as we cross the line. 2 laps in the books behind us. After the restart, you drop the timing and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen. Let you follow along and find your favorite driver in the field. Here tonight, again, hard and heavy on the bottom of the racetrack. looking to make it work. Not going to pay off. He'll go. High side slot in third. Biggest movers of the race right here in this battle of machines. 14 of Lee came up 7 positions from where he qualified. You can see Stephen Ayers Jr. working the wheel on the high side of that red, black and corner. 62 Ayers High Racing Paint. Chevy Silverado looking smooth up 9 positions from where he qualified. So from the back, heading to the front. Stephen Ayers Jr. inside your top 10. Gonna jump around just a little bit, trying to bring you as much of the action as we can on track here. Turn number 2 down the back stretch once again. Everybody continues to chase Carter Casey at the front. Tell you what, let's get a little onboard view. What do you say we... Oh, contact in trouble. Darren Clement into the outside wall. Clement into the outside wall, and that will put us under caution once again here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Trouble on the track, Clement into the outside wall. We'll take a look here. There it is. Runs out of real estate on the high side, and we just highlighted. Bad 62 in trouble has found the front end of that Silverado. Doesn't look to be too bad. Clement taking the brunt of that blow, but let's see if we got another advantage. Let's go. High above the track, there it is, yeah. Just running out of room off of turn 4. One more look at it, guys. Yeah, it's Stephen Ayers Jr. Let's, one more time, guys. One more time if we can, and there it is. We're going to slow it down. There's the contact, a little bit of contact with the outside wall for Stephen Ayers Jr. A little bit of contact down the track, just a touch. Contact with the 32 and Clement into the outside wall. Caution. Number 2 now underway. Handful of takers gonna make their way to pit road. About half of your field coming to pit road, half of them staying out. New race leader at the front. Justin Gann gonna stay out, roll the dice just a little bit. Drivers roll to pit lane only about 10 laps ago, so not a huge difference on the tires. But right at that window, right, we're going to look at some of the lap times. We're going to compare some of these lap times. This may very well give crew chiefs that vital information that they may have been missing. But to try to formulate some type of strategy, to maybe look at a way from catapulting themselves from outside of the top 10, maybe into the top 5. Championship points on the line. It is all about maximizing, grabbing, gaining any and every point available with any and every opportunity. So as we cross the line, only 100 laps remaining. We're going to go back. Green flag racing on lap number 28. Getting word from the race officials 2 laps around before we see the green flag fly once again. But trouble for championship contender Darren Clement, Stephen Ayers Jr. Contact, damage on pit road for an extended stay is that 32 machine. We've seen a well, I'm looking to find the we've seen a lot of close battles, haven't really seen a lot of contact. I think just a little misjudgment, a racing deal is what that last one more than likely is going to be chopped up to. Ran out of space on the corner exit. Stephen Ayers Jr. with contact with the outside wall, comes down the track just a little bit. Nothing egregious, nothing over the top. Makes a little bit of contact at the right positioning on that right rear quarter panel. The 32 of Darren Clement into the outside wall. So there you go. Things can happen. They can happen pretty quickly. So at least two of your championship drivers with trouble here tonight. Big trouble for Todd Cray. Not in the field here tonight. Built him up, looking, hoping that he was somewhere in the garage in pre-race and during qualifying. But unfortunately, Cray unable to make it out of the garage here tonight. And he will walk away hurting in the point standings. He's going to put himself in almost a must-win situation next week at Worldwide Technology Raceway Gateway. Going to be the final race in round number 2 here this championship season for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series. So Todd Cray, bit of an uphill battle. We see the green flag fly next week, but we're waiting for this one to drop, so away we go. Green flag flies once again here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Again with a good start. Makes his way off 2, ahead by at least a truck length and a half. Things getting a little bit sporty behind the fourth car. Willie Nelson trying to take that 25 to the front of the racetrack. Trying to make up a position or 2. Nelson on 4 spots from where he qualified as we cross the line. Lap number 29 goes on the board. Close tight battle here. Jerry Cochran the third, eyeballing the race lead. As Carter Casey, he's been hard pressed, or hard pressed, I should say, making his way back up through the field. Not really able to do as much as what we may have thought. 3 wide with Dalton Fredericks at the top. Contact and around they go. 3 wide out of 4, and the track shortened up, nowhere to go. Dalton Fredericks gonna be our latest championship driver with trouble here tonight. Lap number 30, we'll see the caution flag fly once again. Waiting for the thumbs up. We got that all right. Let's go to the Simbox replay. There it is, catching it a little bit late. We're going to see if we can't back it up just a little bit further. There you can see off in the distance. 3 wide situation does not work out well in the end. There it is, to the 99 of Lipstraw. And around we go. Caution number 3 here tonight. Back at the front of the field, Justin Gann. I would venture to say Gann gonna bring his machine to pit road. What does Carter Casey do? Gann gonna come down pit road, and as expected, Carter Casey to pit road under our last caution. Elects to stay out. This time around, he'll regain the race lead, but he only has a handful of drivers staying out with him. Lee Campbell, Daniel Grimm, Stephen Ayers Jr. will stay out on the track. So 4 out of your 12 drivers that pitted on lap number 24 electing to stay out on the track, not willing to come to pit road just yet. So with the holidays beginning last week, drivers with a little bit of a layoff, able to get their focus on the task ahead of them, able to enjoy a lot of great food and family time. We hope that each and every one of you out there joining us in TV land here tonight, we hope everybody had a safe and happy holidays. A lot of great action still in front of us. We're gonna crown a king before Christmas arrives. So will Santa have a championship trophy on his sleigh for one of these drivers in the field? I've already talked about the 8 drivers that I think we're gonna have to watch, that I think are going to be battling when we head into Kentucky. I'm going to give you 4 of those drivers now. I tell you what, you're going to have to be on your game to figure out the other 4 before the end of tonight's race. Some of these may be pretty obvious, but we're going to list them anyway. Carter Casey, an amazing season so far for Casey. Consistency being king for Casey. 11 starts, 9 top 10s, 5 top 5s, 2 wins this season, over 1,300 laps turned in. Carter Casey is known to finish them, and I think he's going to finish off this season as one of those 8 drivers searching for a championship. Front of the field, your pole sitter here tonight. We'll see if the FanDuel number 2 of Casey can get the job done. We're going to transition back to a driver that's had some trouble here tonight. Dalton Fredericks, one of those drivers that has had a pretty stellar season as well. 6 top 10s, 4 top 5s coming into tonight's race. 1 win in his back pocket. A little bit of trouble here tonight for that All-Star 15 TV Ford F-150, but look for Fredericks to be in that Elite 8. Willie Nelson, he's got 2 wins in his back pocket so far this season. I believe that 25 is going to be fighting for the championship as well. And last but not least, Justin Gant. There's our 4th driver. We're going to see if we can't figure out the underscore by the end of tonight's race. Let's hear who you got. Let's see who you think is going to get the job done and walk away with the season championship. We got to get the checkered flag in the air here tonight. Before we begin to even think about Kentucky, so pace car in, we roll to the restart zone on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. We came up with a rough start on the high side. A little bit of a rough go on the high side. The Toyota Tundra has a problem in the second gear. He's going to get it righted. Keep that second spot for the time being, working their way off of 4 fresh Hungary tires behind the 24 of moves to third. 47 Daniel Grimm staying out on the latest caution. He's going to go 2 positions back now to the 5th spot. As the 72 of Jerry Cochran Jr. goes to the high side. Back down to the bottom, putting those older tires in a little bit of trouble. Carter Casey down the track. Gonna block that down. Down to 24. Lee Campbell way off the racetrack. Lack of grip and really not a lot of downforce help. 14 trying to stop the slide. Things pretty hot and heavy here at the front of the field as drivers going to make their way off of 4. Back across the stripe, will drop that time and score. Back to the left-hand side of your screen now as Durant Jr. looks to take the race lead across the exit at 2. The back stretch with drag racing to 5. Transition on the bottom, it makes it work. New race leader here from Charlotte Motor Speedway, just a third rear of the line. Great rankings. 2 graphics. Chevy Silverado takes the race lead. We started with 22 drivers on the starting grid here. Tight still 22 drivers on track. Only 2 listed off the lead lap. Darren Clement, Larry Bowden, both off of the lead lap as Jarrett Lipshore comes to pit road. The 99 to pit road. Into the outside of all goes Carter Casey. Big. Makes the high side. Casey able to continue. Doesn't look to be a lot of cosmetic damage. Gotta wonder, maybe some of those mechanical components. Things calming down just a little bit out of the front of the field. Let's go back to another battle on the track. Trying to run down Justin. How about Casey Daly? And Reese is number 6, and he's a man of my own heart. Love myself some Reese's. I'm telling you what, if you could put, well, I believe they do. Cookies and cream, like Oreos, cookies and cream ice cream with the real mini Reese's cups in it too. Oh my gosh, take my money. Looking to take some positions, the 72 of Jerry Cochran Jr. Looking to bring back Grayson Jane photography. Machine to the front of this field. Battling hard from second on back. David Duran Jr. looking to open up the race lead. 0.3 of a second outside wall contact. Contact for the 72. He's going to drop right down to the bottom of the racetrack. Wants no portion, no part of the high side for the time being. Looking to the inside now with the Vandoor number 2 of Carter Casey. And your Bolson with 10 lap older tires. Put up the front, but it's going to be a losing battle. close racing front of the field. Single on now throughout your top five. Carter Casey gonna slide back to fifth. His rear deck lid. Tell you what, let's go take a look off of the tail lid of that number 2 machine. Looking back at the 100. Number 6 Reese's machine of Elsie Daly running that fast Ford F-150, but here comes Willie Nelson, shot out of a cannon. Willie Nelson looking to take the position away. We're going to head back through the field a little bit further. On board with the 27 machine of Casey Salvage running in the 12th position. Is looking back in the double O of Nick Hunt. Hunt, one of those drivers that has had some solid runs going for him this season, just has found trouble at points and times, and just hasn't walked away with the finishes that maybe he desired. Now looking back off of the tail end of looks like we got trouble, so we're going to go back to that one and back outside of the race car. 3 and 4 back across the stripe, and this time around the lap number 40. Aboard. Justin Gann with a pass, making it work. The grid breaker number 24. Hot and heavy battle now with Mike Romander. Could tonight be the night that Romander gets it done? Very close and tight battle at the front of this field. Just again, your race leader, Rominger, trying to make it right in the middle of the racetrack through 1 and 2 side-by-side battle with Jerry Cochran the third on the bottom of the racetrack. Jr. falling off pace just a little bit. The slide back to that fourth position, but now be in the clutches of John McMillan Jr. And there's a surprise this season, right? Both junior and senior knocked out of the playoffs in round number 1. John McMillan Jr., John McMillan Sr., both out of playoff contentions. McMillan Jr., as well as McMillan Sr., great runs so far this season. Just unable to capitalize when the time has been right. Just a tough season here for the McMillan clan. Less than 10 laps away from the halfway point from Charlotte Motor Speedway. You're watching the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, brought to you by Ayers Eye Racing Paints, Bud Kicker, Simbox, Admin Box, as well as Beef Jerky, Unlimited Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet.
Racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scan with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series.
Little bit of technical problems, but as always, we're gonna get it ironed out. Get you right back to the track. Justin Gann continuing to lead tonight's race. We're gonna drop that time and scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen, but as we were saying, the majority of this field, last time on pit road, over 25 laps ago, they came to pit road on lap 31 to lap 33 as we've got a battle for the race lead. Jerry Cochran looking to put that Gracie Jam photography 72 front of the field for the first time here tonight. Drag race down the back stretch. High side hustling, but catfishing at the bottom. Looks like the place to be off of 4, close, but no contact across the line. They're gonna get it. Race officials gonna get it to the 72 of Jerry Cochran Jr. Officially another new race leader here tonight. Clean and clear through the center of 1 and 2. Will he slide up? Looks like he's willing to keep that position here down into 3 and 4 once again. Gann able to sail it deep into the corner. Side by side battle on the corner exit once again. Now knocking on the door of a 30-lap run. The tires have got to be giving up. For a handful of these drivers in the field, Lee Campbell, the 14, he's still hanging on. Hasn't come to pit road for the first time he's chased him. He was last on to pit road back at the lap 24. Now sitting in the 13th position. Carter Casey came to pit road lap 54. We're going to keep that in mind. He's going to wait for this green flag pit cycle to finish off. But if you're Casey, you gotta have your fingers crossed that nothing happens. Hot heavy battle at the front for the race lead. It's gonna simmer down just a little bit. The 72 of Jerry Cochran, the third, conceding on the move as we cross the line right at the halfway point. Tell you what, let's get into some of it before we get into some of pit stops. Let's give your driver highlights in spotlights front of the field. Show he's won a handful of laps here tonight, looking to continue his championship chase. Justin Gann leads him off of 4. Great season underway for the man right behind him, Jerry Cochran III, looking to continue his championship hopes as well, going in the right direction here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Queen City 181. Cochran sits in second. Third place belongs to Willie Nelson. Willie the Great. How many of you out there can say that you've been on the track for years? We're just going to say it's the real one, because that's really Willie Nelson. Behind that, number 25 machine. Great run so far this season. Found himself into championship contention, looking to continue on here, sitting in 4th. Another driver that has just been solid all night, solid all season. Behind the wheel of that ChevyAccessories.com, number 9, Silverado, Mike Rominger sits in 4th. Rounding out your top 5, looking to finish things off on a high note here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway, behind the wheel of that Exalta. Canada sponsored number 15, Machine John McMillan Jr. rounds out your top 5. That's going to do it for your driver highlights. We're going to wait for this round of green flag pit stops to end before we give you your next report. Power move to the high side. Oh, that's close. Justin Gann bailing off the track down the pit road, almost into Romniger. Power move by Willie Nelson to make the pass and get to pit road. In front of Justin Gann, we'll see if it pays dividends. The 15 of McMillan Jr. stays out on the track. Lap number 65 on the board. So about a 34-lap run on the fuel and tires. Get a pull to pit road this time around. There's Carter Casey getting himself back on the lead lap. So we're going to keep our eye on this FanDuel Chevy Silverado as there's Justin Gann. He's going to make the pass on Gann. Gann with a great pace. 10-second stop for Justin Gann. Maybe just right sides in fuel. He's going to come in front of Willie Nelson. Jerry Cochran Jr. going to make the pass on both Gann and Nelson. But with a big undercut. Carter Casey goes back to the point and leads the field once again here from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Just past the halfway point in tonight's Green City 181. We're going to drop that time in scoring back to the left-hand side of your screen. A little bit of house cleaning, but not much to sweep up. 22 drivers took to the starting grid. We've still got 22 on the track. So it looks to be about 18 left on the lead lap after our latest round of green flag pit stops. Look at the race lead. There it is. Great jump, utilizing the undercut. Biggest move right here. He's in trouble of losing a position right here. You got the 72 of Jerry Cochran III looking to the inside, looking to take that second position away from the 47 All-Star 15 TV. Ford F-150. But with a strategy play. Daniel Quinn now up 11 positions from where he qualified. You're talking about keeping your season alive. You want to talk about keeping yourself relevant in that championship conversation. Sometimes it takes bold moves and bold drivers. But a big, bold move. And Daniel Krim. He's going to lose a handful of positions here, and it looks like he's going to be in a much better situation. He can have a pretty good net gain as we see the 25 of Willie Nelson making his way by on the inside. Going to take away that third position as Krim now falls back to fourth. But a second, 1.3 back to Rominger, running in the fifth position. He's got the 24 of David Durant Jr. all over him, so maybe those riders lose the tires a little bit. Will they get to the back of the 47? But I mean, the biggest benefactor from the undercut by far has been your pole sitter, Carter Casey, mired back in traffic. After staying out for a caution flag pit cycle, stayed out on the racetrack, regained the lead, fought hard, fell deep into the field, outside of your top five, elected to ride the strategy out, hit pit road about 10 laps before the rest of the field. It netted him about 5 seconds in total. Quickly, that advantage is going away. It is dissipating. We've got drivers now battling amongst themselves. Jerry Cochran Jr., or Jerry Cochran III, and Willie Nelson. They're starting to mix things up for second and third. Durant Jr. and Mike Rominger getting by Daniel Krim. That's going to put Krim outside of your top 5, now sitting in 6th. Still a bit of a gap back. John McMillan cheering for Krim, so we'll continue to watch and keep our eye on Daniel Krim, but only 2 laps away from 50 laps remaining. Drivers can definitely play a little strategy. Big move, but not a lot that Carter Casey can do about a 10-lap older tires. It's still about a 7/10 of a second, so almost 3/4 of a second difference on the speed charts. And we're just gonna wait to see if we get this next green flag pit stop in. Right, that's gonna be where things begin to get tried and true. Everybody in the field gonna have to make at least one more stop here tonight. It's all a matter of when. When do you make that final stop? Somewhere around in about 10 laps, that fuel window will open up for drivers to make it for one more stop. When do the drivers at the front come to pit road? When Casey pulls the trigger, how many drivers are going to come earlier this time? How many of those drivers are going to switch their strategies to try to minimize that undercut, to try to take away that opportunity for your pole sitter here tonight? I don't know, but it's given us a lot to talk about. Let's go back here. Carter Casey now dealing with not just the 24 of David Durant Jr. who takes over third, but Mike Rominger making it run on the bottom of the speedway. He's going to pick up one position as they run down the traffic. The 45 of Ben Miller right here in touch in tow. To the bottom of the racetrack, going to make short work of the FanDuel number 2 of Carter Casey, who now struggles with the grip. Goes on to pit road, 24 laps ago. Casey just trying to minimize the loss at this point in time. What has happened to Daniel Krim, you ask? Well, let's go back to the battle right here. With that 47, you can see Dalton Frantics pushing the limits on the high side, working his way off of turn number 2 to the outside of the 71 machine of Todd McGregor. Looking to have a good season so far as well. It's a lot of racing. All the front stretch drivers looking to split. Krim says, and things get a little dicey. So as we're now under 50 to go, if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy all the racing action here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. Not just here tonight from Charlotte, but each and every Monday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. While you're at it, if you haven't already, join us in that push to 4,000 subscribers. Drop these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified every time we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dan McCabe, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. Without you, there would be no us. So again, huge shout out to each and every one of the sponsors: Beef Jerky, Unlimited, Mountain Mafia Kennels, Out of Work, RP over on the 5M side of things. Big shout out to some good personal sponsors and friends of mine. Also, big shout out to you, sir. Gotta give my hats off and tip of the cap. Coming back, sponsoring a handful of things. Once again, here with Sweet. He's been a staple. It's been a staple. Ayers High Racing Paints. Huge shout out to the guys back in the paint booths over there at Ayers High Racing Paints. If you're looking for a new livery, you're looking to sport a fresh ride, look them up. You can find them at Ayers High Racing Paints on Facebook. Things calming down just a little bit as we are in the midst of a long second green flag run. We're going to stay right here with the battle just inside of your top 10. Dalton Fredericks, Tom Brown, Nancy Haley right here sitting in that top position. Taylor Green going to fall to 11th. This driver's going to be eyeballing that entry to pit road. Casey able to stop the bleeding in the backward slide. He's going to slot in the 7th position. When does he pull the trigger? When does he come to pit road? He's been out there for at least 30 laps now. A little bit further than 30 will do. He's going to head to pit road right here. Carter Casey going to pull the trigger. Daniel Krim going to come down pit road. When will these drivers on track follow suit? They're sorting themselves out just a little bit and getting around the 45 of Ben Miller, the lap traffic just in front of drivers fighting for positions on the lead. Dalton Fredericks, 7th and 8th on the track. The BC's 450. Hot on the trail is looking to get a handful of positions back at the front, though. I'm telling you, he was one of our four that we've already given. Right, remember we said we were getting the 8 drivers that might to make it into the final 8. And this 25 was right there on that list. I'm going to give you another spoiler alert. The man on track right behind him. We've talked about him a ton this year. Seems like almost every race we talk about him being up there in contention for a race win. We're trying to see if guys, can you give me those stats if we got him? I mean surely he's got stats. And there we go. Thanks. We appreciate it. It's about time. Take your time. No, take your time. No, it's okay. 89 laps led so far this season for Jerry Cockney III. 7 top 10s, 4 top 5s. Still looking for that elusive race. Well, no, that's going to be... Oh, there we go. Yes. Still looking for that elusive. No, he's got his race win. For some reason, it looks like his race win has. Well, yes, it has. You know what? We're gonna have a talk. All right, we're gonna get back to it. We'll get on to these guys after the fact. But We could have swore Jerry Conklin III had a race win. Really started to look at things and absolutely one race win in his back pocket so far this season. 7 top 10s, 4 top 5s. Look for that 72. Come championship time, I'm telling you, it's all but a done deal. He's gonna make it. Because we can't be wrong, right? Whatever. We're gonna continue. Race leader to pit road, Willie Nelson back to the top spot. Now the 25 gonna extend the race lead now to over 4 seconds as Mike Rominger takes over second position. David Durant Jr. in third and fourth place to make up. And Todd McGregor rounds out. Another 4 drivers to pit road. Willie Nelson gonna pull the pit road this time. He's gonna stay out on the racetrack. Keep that number 9 Chevy accessory silver line at the front of the field. Keep it dialed up, dialed in with David Duran Jr. right behind him. The 24 machine has been solid so far here tonight as well. At the Queen City 181, live from Charlotte Speedway. You're watching the performance of MotorSports Series. David Durant Jr. get peeled off the pit road. That's gonna leave us with only 7 drivers remaining on track yet to make their final pit stop of the night. Close little battle. Let's go here. Carter Casey looking to get back to the front of the field. There's that 25 of Willie Nelson. Nelson off of pit lane, but the deficit, the difference on the this time around. 8 laps difference on the tires, and just pinning those 2 laps sooner. Look at the difference. 25 of Willie Nelson all over the van pole. Number 2 of Carter Casey, Hero pole sitter, now under fire and in danger of losing that top spot. Front of the field, all on the pit road. Eventual race lead will be handed back over to the 25 of Willie Nelson. Across the line, they'll fly by the drivers. Kilmiana pit road with less than 30 laps now remaining. This is what you've been driving for. This is what it's all about. Do you got what it takes to get the job done? Carter Casey has got to find a way to find some speed. He has got to find a way to keep that number 2 rolling in the battle for the checkered flag. What a turn of events now. Justin Gann listed off of the lead lane for leading tonight's race in a great points possession outside of your top 15 off of the lead lap. Trouble for Gann here from Charlotte. Ourselves a great battle for the race lead. He, the 25 of Willie Nelson. Nelson looking for a way around the drivers in front of him on the track. The 82, Jerry Conklin Jr. going to fall off the lead lap. Now John McMillan Sr. working hard to keep his 51 machine on the lead lap. But it's going to be to no avail. You can see right here, Chelsea Gann giving it all she's got. Full beans into turn number 1. Dan gonna look to the high side. He's gonna look to race his way back on the lead lap. But Dan, he's still gonna need help. He's gonna need trouble on the track from another driver. A caution doesn't help you if you're part of the caution, but Justin Gann is probably one of the only drivers in the field right now praying for a caution. Well, I take that back. Carter Casey maybe throwing a couple, if you can find some debris out there and be thoroughly happy, a little bit of help here. That would help him get back on the right tire cycle. But with a long stretch now, lap number 34, we see our final caution flag fly. We are almost, we're over 60 laps in green flag racing action here tonight, so well over half of the race ran in green flag conditions here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Willie Nelson continued to try to press on, continue to try to open up that advantage at the front of the field. Just about 8/10 of a second over Jerry Cochran Jr., who's absolutely walked away from Carter Casey, who now sits in third over 4 seconds back from your race leader. Casey looking to just settle in, wind down these last handful of laps. He's got himself about a 4-second gap back to David Duran Jr. for that 4th position. So for the time being, Cream has rose to the top. 4 previous race winners round out your top 4 as we head back into turn number 4. Race leader Willie Nelson going to work his way across the start and finish line and put another lap on the board. Find you some battles out there on the track. Tell you what, let's go back. See if we can't see what's happening here. Carter Casey, Mike Barnett, Jr. They're the ones down on the track. 4th and 5th out of turn number 2. The 9 and the 24 are going to go at it. The 00 of Nick Hunt. How about the turnaround here tonight from Hunt? You can see him hanging out in the back of the pack. The vast majority of tonight's race, Carter Casey to pit road. Casey to pit road. Is he short on fuel? Oh my, this is going to be big. Carter Casey pulls to pit road. That's going to move Rominger into 3rd, so the battle for what was 4th and 5th now goes to 3rd and 4th. Rominger going to try to do all he can to keep that ChevyAccessories.com Silverado inside the podium positions. That's going to make the battle even bigger as the 24 going to be all over his rear deck. With drops to the bottom in 1 and 2 side by side on the corner exit. Rominger with a head of steam will barrel down the backstretch with the advantage. The advantage of the momentum pays off on the high side. Mike Rominger going to keep the 3rd position for now. Race leaders already across the line with 17 to go. This is your closest battle on the track, your biggest battle on the track. 3 drivers involved, Rominger, Durant Jr., and Hunt. All in for the final podium position here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway in the final few laps of the Queen City 181. Jr. persisted on the bottom. Will it pay off? A little bit of a slide job at a 2. Move Durant Jr. to 3rd. Rominger to slide in line, stay in tow, try to stay in touch. Nick Hunt still lurking in the background, solid top 5 performance here tonight. Ford Hunt up 5 positions from where he qualified from 10th to 5th. Great run so far for Nick Hunt. How about the man working his way off of 2 halfway down the backstretch now? By the way, that's number 6, Reese's Machine. Let's take a look inside at the driver one time. We got that camera, guys? No, the inside one. There we go. Putting in work behind the wheel. And that Reese's Machine up 10 positions from where he qualified. Your biggest mover in tonight's race, up 10 positions from 16th now to 6th. A great run in points night for Daly. Great points night as well for the man showing the way across the line. 13 laps now remaining. Ken Willie Nelson then will rate himself from his championship competitors by walking away with a chase race win, but can he also separate himself in that winner's cup? Carter Casey, Willie Nelson, Bailey Dutton, all with 2 wins apiece behind the wheel of Bills. Powerhouse Performance Motorsports Truck Series Machines. Ken Nelson become our first driver with 3 wins this season. Just 11 laps remaining. Less than 18 miles of racing. This is what these drivers do it for. This is why we're here. Chasing after a checkered flag. Chasing after a championship position. Into pit road. Onto pit road. Race leader Willie Nelson gonna pull the pit road. That's going to leave the 72 of Jerry Cochran Jr. out on the track. The Grayson J Photography, number 72. Has he been playing a little bit of possum? A break made there by Nelson. Was it too much, too soon? What is the fuel conservation like behind the wheel of this 72? He's got Carter Casey lurking in the background, but Casey's still listed. Lap down. Man, we thought it was, oh, this is going to be tough. There's Nelson off of pit road, getting up to speed. Carter Casey going to fly by him with a fair amount of ease. And how hard do you push now if you're that too? You've got fresh tires, you've got enough fuel, you gotta be on full send. Lap after lap, trying to run qualifying laps, and there he is. Carter Casey going to put himself back on the lead lap, but now sitting over 30 seconds behind. With 8 laps remaining, is it enough? Casey into the outside wall. That is not going to help. Willie Nelson gets himself back onto the lead lap. 9-lap difference on the tires for Casey and Nelson. Just about a 6/10 of a second deficit between those two drivers. Casey quickly catching up to the drivers in front, but with only 7 to go, is it a little too late? Battle still raging here. The second, third, and fourth on the racetrack. Sitting in second, penalty. Nick Hunt running in third. Mike Rominger back in fourth. Larry Poland soldiering on here tonight. No pun intended in that U.S. machine. And there it is. He's got to give up. He's got to give up the fight almost out of fuel, I would believe. The 72 dropping to rear. David Durant Jr. now at the race lead. Mike Rominger moves to second. Nick Hunt to third. And have these drivers run themselves out of fuel. Jerry Cochran well off of the pace, over 10 miles an hour still through these corners. He was getting up a ton of track time. Carter Casey now back inside of the top 15, sitting in 14th, but struggling to make his way through the field. Willie Nelson, on the other hand, slicing and dicing his way up through the field. He'll move to 10th. 4 laps remaining now as Durant Jr. crosses the line, but does he have enough fuel? Strategy. Big part of tonight's race. All of these drivers inside of your top 9. Right around lap number 94, lap number 95. 3 to go this time around, but no signs of slowing down. David Durant Jr. gonna wheel us to the final few laps. I don't want to say shock the world because Rominger's had a stellar season. But can he finally break through? That well-deserved race win. We're going to find out in just about 3 miles as popsicle sticks on display here tonight. Just 2 to go here from Charlotte. Hot heavy battle for the race lead out of turn number 4 will cross the stripe this time around, and here we go. Hot on the trail is Rominger. David Durant Jr. going to take that mid-entry line, dropping down to the bottom of the racetrack. Keep himself out of front of the race down the backstretch. Rominger trying to do all he can for that first race win, chasing after Durant Jr. Turn number 4, not quite gonna get there, looking to the inside. Durant Jr. crosses the line. Race winner. Checkered flag in hand for the Grid Rankings. Number 20, Flame Machine. What a night, what a run here for David Durant Jr. picking up his second win on the season. What a great night. What a race for the Wisconsin driver, getting it done down here in the South. He's going to, and well, that's going to put a little damper on the celebration. Somebody's going to pay to fix that. See if he gives us a post-race smoke show. Might be a little bit of trouble. But right there for everybody to get a peek on the front stretch. All the fans in the stands going to enjoy a post-race celebration out of David Durant Jr. capturing the checkered flag here tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, get things fired up for your post-race interview. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. And back trackside high above from the turn 3 blimp for the conclusion of tonight's Queen City 181 right here with the Performance Motorsports Drunk Series. And we're going to dive right into things head first. We're going to see if we can catch a handful of words with some of our podium drivers in the field here tonight. First, let's see if we can't dial up the man that walked away in that third position here tonight behind the wheel of that double O John Deere machine, Nick Hunt. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after a fine finish for you in the group here tonight, walking away with third place from, I don't want to call it a tough track, but turn 4 can get a little tricky.
Yeah, well, I'm pleased with it because I messed up on that first time I pitted. I don't know what I did, but I didn't get any fuel. So I then had to go back in the pits, and that put me at the back of the field. So I had to work my way all the way from the back. And so I'm thrilled with the third place. I would have never thought I'd got that far up there. But turn 4 is probably what got me 3 and 4. I kept trying to pass David there on that last run in 3 and 4, and he could just hold me off, and I burned my tires up. So had to settle for third, but I'll take it.
Well, from a track here tonight, Charlotte Motor Speedway, where you mentioned it yourself, kind of burn up the tires a little bit during that final run. We enter a track next week that's pretty tough on grip, pretty rough on the tires as well. We're heading to Gateway next week. What's your thoughts looking forward to next week?
Well, it's a tough track, I think, in my opinion, and the race usually can go either one way or another. There's usually lots of times there'll be a few cautions at the start of the race, and then you'll end up getting a long run. But it's a tough track. To me, getting off a well, entering one is tough, and getting off a four for me is tough. So I haven't run there in a while, so I don't know what to think about it. But I'm just going to try to hang on, do the best I can.
Well, man, we'll be rooting for you up here from the booth. We love to see you having great runs out there. Fine finish here tonight. So before we let you go, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Well, I just always appreciate Swift Motorsports and everybody that's associated with it to help put this thing together and give us a place to race. Broadcasting is always a big part of it, and we appreciate what y'all do. And just everybody in the league, I've loved racing with everybody. There overall, it's a good, clean race. We've had a lot of good, clean races. We've had a couple of glitches, but we've had some good, clean racing. I appreciate everybody here to race like that. Got a lot of fun.
Well, we appreciate the kind words. I know your fellow racers and competitors will appreciate the kind words. Always a pleasure to catch up with you. Always a pleasure to watch you out there on the track. So until next time, my friend, stay safe and keep it fast.
All right, thank you.
All right, there you go. Final few words for the man that walks away with the final spot on the podium here tonight, walking away third behind the wheel of that double O John Deere machine. Nick Hunt will finish tonight's race in second. That's going to move us right along the list, and we're going to see if we can't dial him up and have a little talksy with him. We talked him up behind the wheel of that ChevyAccessories.com Silverado. Mike Rominger, it's David the Booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, a great race for you. Great night. I don't want to necessarily say you needed a good points day coming into tonight's race, being knotted up inside of that top 12, but you can't be too upset with walking away with second, setting yourself up for a fairly easy go next week at Gateway.
Yeah, Gateway ain't it is not the best track for me, but I can get around there. But I got a chance anyway. That's all I can hope for.
Well, man, you've had a pretty solid season. 5 top 10s, 2 top fives so far this season. This is going to add to that one. Does this give you any confidence? Or do you think you can carry in a momentum next week to Gateway? Even though it's a much different track, it's going to race a lot different. Do you think this gives you any momentum or any more confidence moving forward?
Yeah, I'd say it does. Yeah, I just need to stay clean next week and make it to the final round. And keeping striking distance of whoever's leading the points. Hopefully it's me, but just try to stay as close as I can.
Well, man, you did all you really could do here tonight. You came up one spot short, but nonetheless, a fine, great run for you. You qualified well, ran well, kept yourself out of trouble. So, a great night for you and that Silverado crew down there on pit road. So, before we let you go here tonight, Mike, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous, maybe thank anybody back at the race shop?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my teammates down in Performance and you guys for putting on the show every week. Without you, we wouldn't get out there and people wouldn't see us. So, yeah, and to the league and the league admins for all they do. So, thank you guys.
All right, well, my friend, if that's going to be all, then we're going to set you loose and on your way. Before we meet up again, though, remember to keep it safe and stay fast.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Final words from Mike Rominger. The ChevyAccessories.com Silverado with a great finish. And that's going to send Rominger up with needing more than likely just the top 10 to move on into the final round. Great race here tonight for the 9. He finishes in second. that's going to move us into victory lane. Let's dial up the man behind that number 24 grid ranking Chevy Silverado, David Duran. It's Dave in the booth. It's the Dave and Dave show, man. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Man, I can't complain. How you doing?
Plain spoiler is what I like to call it.
Well, you mentioned it, so we're going to mention it. Out of the playoff contention, out of championship hopes, but still out there racing for, I'll call it pride, or if you will, one race win so far this season. You add it to the total here tonight. You said plain spoiler. Does it give you any, I don't want to say satisfaction, but does it give you like a hot in your face kind of feeling?
A little bit. I mean, it goes. It tells me that I can still compete with these guys, even though who is running for the championship. All I really was doing right here was just trying to stay out of trouble. Playing the pitch strategy as well as we did right there, and just save fuel in the last fuel run. I was just hoping not for another yellow, and if it did, and we had an extra set of tires there, so it could have played either way. But I think the long run. This truck was really good in the long run. So, I mean, it's like I said, we'll play spoiler. I didn't think I was gonna win, to be honest with you, because I thought the leaders had the right pitch strategy, and next thing you know, I'm passing Jerry at the end, so they must have miscalculated. So I mean, hey, we'll take it. That's the way I see it.
Well, man, you'll take this race win with a little bit of momentum on your back. Heading into Gateway, do you think you can make it back-to-back winning performances?
We're not going to count that out. Gateway is a tricky racetrack, so I mean, I like to really just be patient and just let the race come to me. So we'll see. I'm pretty solid at Gateway, so we'll see what happens there, and just try to stay out of trouble, and and we'll see where we are at the end at that race.
Well, man, it was a great night for you here tonight, finishing 6 spots from where you qualified. Great run. You kept it clean, had the right strategy. Before we let you go and enjoy this race-winning performance, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Just thank to Statesville Motorsports for letting me be a part of their team with Justin, Darren, all those guys. It's a pleasure racing with them. Give me any insight they can, any help. So we'll use this momentum and see if we can get another spoiler and snag another win at Gateway next week.
Well, man, we're going to be rooting you on from the booth. We'll see how it all goes. Got a long race next week. We'll see if we come out on top of that one. Until then, my friend, stay safe, and as always, keep it fast.
Yeah, see you later, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away with the checkered flag in victory lane here tonight behind the wheel of that grid rankings number 24 fast Chevy Silverado, sporting a necktie, but the bow tie against the victory lane here tonight. What a race, what a run for the 24. David Duran Jr. tops the charts and walks away with his second win on the season. What a race, what a night. 3 caution flags early in the race. Long green flag run to the checkered flag tonight. And with producers hitting those buttons in the background, you know the sounds. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results. And the Queen City 181 walking away with the win in hand and checkered flag waving the 24 of David Duran Jr. Mike Roman agreed to park the 9 in second with Nick Hunt rounding out your podium drivers tonight behind the wheel of the 72 Grayson Jade Photography Machine. Jerry Cochran the third, slides home in fourth. Elsie Daly finishes out your top 5. Willie Nelson back in 6th with Todd McGregor going home 7th. 8th place tonight from Charlotte belongs to the 30 machine of Justin Gann. Gary May in tow with Dalton Fredericks finishing out your top 10. Jerry Cochran Jr. in 11th with John McMillan Sr. sliding home in 12th. Pole sitter and lap leader Carter Casey gonna misjudge the fuel and finish in 13th. 47 of Daniel Grimm in 14th tonight. The 15th spot belongs to Stephen Harris Jr. Lee Campbell back in 16th. Casey Solowich 17th. Ben Miller gonna finish off of the lap back in 18th position. 19th tonight from Charlotte Motor Speedway behind the wheel of the 32 machine. Darren Clement finishes 19th. 20th tonight to Larry Poling. 21st to John McMillan Jr. and Jared Lipsher finishes out the 22 car field here tonight. Big shout out to Andy Starcher and Don Kidder over in the race control and admin booth. We talked about our 8 championship favorites. We've given you 5. Carter Casey, Jerry Cochran III, Dalton Frankrich, Justin Gale, Willie Nelson. We're gonna finish off our final 3 right here. We'll see if we get it going. Hunter Collier not in the field here tonight, but expect to see Collier in that championship 8. Along with the counterpart Bailey Dutton, he's gonna have a big night at Gateway. And Mike Rominger walking away second here tonight. That's going to finish out Dave's 8. We'll see if they're right. We're going to cut off the lights, roll up the cords. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in turn 3.